Hello guys, Moonelf here. I just wanted to talk to you about the biggest conspiracy in gaming that you've never heard of. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm talking about, I guess it is some sort of a conspiracy or it's not a George Soros level conspiracy or flat earth level conspiracy. It's just one of those things we've all known, all have had in the back of our head that we couldn't quite explain, exactly why it's happening. There have been a lot of research papers about it, and this is the use of clever colors in video games or primary colors in this specific video that I'm going to talk about, basically to manipulate you to come back and play the game over and over again or spend more money in the game. And there are a lot of examples of this. Great examples are League of Legends, right? World of Warcraft, which is one of the originals, and before that StarCraft, and even in Diablo. I think a lot of people think Diablo is like a very dark game. It is a very dark game, but there are a lot of very bright colors, primary colors that are used in that game to kind of bring you back into it. You have things like Minecraft, Lost Ark, and very famously Fortnite. If you compare Fortnite to games like Counter-Strike or other FPS shooters, Fortnite is very bright, very green, very filled with these primary colors in order to stimulate your brain and make you come back and play the game more. Here's a great example of this, and this comes from a Guardian article. I know people don't like the Guardian, but it's quite compact and very straightforward, this message. But here we go. I'll show it on the screen as well. But color and color combinations can impact on gameplay experience and player behavior. It says more. There's a huge amount of psychological research on the effects of color in many areas of our lives. We know from psychological research that people will eat less from the same size meal if it's served on a blue plate rather than a white plate. We also know that people will rate the opposite sex as more attractive when they are positioned next to a red wall. We know that extroverts and introverts respond differently to different color combinations in environments. We've seen players of fantasy role-playing games linger longer and spend more of their in-game currency in particular color combination merchant stores, for example. So basically, these game studios are mixing and matching colors in order to make you feel a specific way, and that could make you feel or have an urge to do something, take an action, or even feel an emotion like sadness or happiness or jealousy or rage or angry. It could be used for a lot of different things. Of course, it's not something that could push you over the edge and force you to feel a specific way, but it's kind of hinting, kind of pulling at your emotions in the background to encourage you to feel a specific way. I think the best example, and this is kind of something that a lot of people will know. Let's say you're playing a game, and in the game there's a boss that has a mechanic where he'll stomp on the ground in a specific area around him. That area turns red. It's a bad zone, a zone to get out. Your heart rate will increase slightly if you're standing in the red zone, and the second you see it, you'll feel that urge to move out of the red zone. It's not necessarily only because of the color, but it is a large part of that feeling you get when you have to get out of that red zone. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to bring it to your attention, really. I think it's something interesting to think about while I'm playing the game. I think it could also be used for good reasons. Let's say they want you to have more fun in a specific game. That's a pretty good reason why, colors should be the specific way that there are. But it's good to be cognizant of it. Let's say you're playing a pay-to-win game and you're in the cash shop and you're looking at the store and you have this impulse to buy something. It's not a reasonable decision, but you're being kind of emotionally manipulated to spend something or feel like you should spend something. And that is not necessarily good. And I think people should be aware of that. But anyway, that's the video, guys. I hope you liked it, and see you in the next one.